Welcome to lesson 9.2. Today we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials. So there are a few different situations that we're going to talk about today. We're going to make this two parts. Part 1 will cover examples 1 and example 2. So let's zoom in on example 1 and the very first problem. So in example 1, what we have here is there's a term on the outside being multiplied with 4 different terms on the inside of the parentheses. Okay, so we call it a monomial on the outside in blue. On the inside, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 different terms. So the way that you multiply these is I need to take my blue term, or my monomial, times each of the other 4 terms. So in my work, you can see that I have 2x cubed times x cubed plus 2x cubed times 3x squared plus 2x cubed times negative 2x plus 2x cubed times 5. So I tried to color coordinate for you. Now, each of those little multiplication problems we can do. So first, 2x cubed times x cubed is 2x to the 6th. Okay, because the big numbers get multiplied. In this case, it's 2, and there's actually a 1 here. And then the exponents get added. 3 and 3 get added to be 6. And then we do 2x cubed times 3x squared. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. Next, 2x cubed times negative 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, but then if we add 3 and this exponent of 1 right here, you get 4 as our new exponent, and 2x cubed times 5. You get 10x cubed. Now that is as far as we can go, because if we look at all of the exponents, they are all different, so we cannot combine like terms any farther. Let's move to example B. This one's a little easier just because there are less numbers going on here. We have x on the outside of parentheses. We need to multiply the x with the 2 terms on the inside. So 7x squared and the 4. When we multiply those together, x times 7x squared becomes 7x cubed. X times 4 becomes 4x, and we're done. The exponents do not match, so the 3 and then what would be a 1 do not match, so we can't combine like terms any farther. Example C, we have this x on the outside multiplied with all the terms on the inside. So we have an x here, here, and here when I'm showing my work. We need to multiply x with 2x squared. Then we need to add x times negative 3x and x times positive 9. So let's go through and do that multiplication. X times 2x squared becomes 2x cubed. X times negative 3x becomes negative 3x squared. X times 9 becomes positive 9x. Last example, D. 4y times all of these things on the inside. I drew all of these arrows, kind of like distributive property, to help you out. We need to do 4y times all of the terms on the inside. So 4y times negative y squared. Here's where I showed that. 4y times negative 2y. And 4y times negative 1, because that's subtraction sign. When we multiply those together, 4y times negative y squared, negative 4y cubed. We multiply the big numbers, we add the exponents. That's something that you may want to write down. We times the bigs, we add the exponents. Okay, multiply the bigs, add the exponents. Last couple multiplications here. 4y times negative 2y is negative 8y squared, and 4y times negative 1 is a negative 4y. So if we zoom back out, that was our first example, a monomial times a polynomial. The other example we're going to talk about today is when we have two what we call binomials. So a binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So x minus 4 is a binomial that we showed here, and 3x plus 2 is a binomial that we show here. This method is called the table method, kind of like a multiplication chart. I put one of the terms, one of the binomials on the top and one of them on the side, and we multiply them together. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Negative 4 times 3x is negative 12x. And negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Now what we need to do is we need to take that result and we need to make sure we combine all like terms. So when I say that, I'm talking about this negative 12x and this positive 2x. They both are x terms, so we can combine those. Negative 12 and 2 would make negative 10. The terms on the outside just get copied. So see how the green terms come together to be combined at the very end. So all four of the terms in the box, okay, all four of the terms in the box, kind of where I put this little square, all four of those came down to be written in an expression. And then we put the two green ones together because they had matching letters. So if we slide over and look at example B, y times 2y. Y times 2y is 2y squared. So that's going to come down as part of our expression. Y times 1 is 1y. 3 times 2y is 6y. And 3 times 1 is 3. So as you can see, the 2y squared and the 3 don't get combined with anything else, but 6y and 1y, that combines to make 7y. Example C, we have two binomials. Okay, what that means is that means these terms in parentheses get written on the top, and this other one is written on the side. Okay, so 4x and then minus 1, x plus 5. So now we just use this like a multiplication chart. This table method. 4x squared comes from doing 4x times x. (4x times 5 gives us 20. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x, and that gives us two separate terms which get combined to make a positive 19x. And negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Last example, using the table method. 3y times y is 3y squared. Negative 2 times y is negative 2y. 3y times negative 4 is negative 12y. So both of those terms come down to be written and then combined to be negative 14y. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. So this concludes part 1 of multiplying polynomials. We did a monomial times a polynomial, and then example 2 was two binomials multiplied together. Tune in for part 2.